Happy New Year, everybody. It's 2024. The season is around the corner. We can kind of smell it in the air. But Bleacher Boys Media back with another episode of the Bleacher Boys Media podcast, formerly known as Bleacher Beat Boys Media Podcast. I have a quick announcement to make at the top of the show. Me and Isaac have been talking this over a little bit. Ollie is in the group chat, in and out kind of thing. He's not very active, so me and Isaac took it into our own hands, and we are making an announcement that the Bleacher Boys Media Podcast will continue. The name will be a little different. We have a new name to announce here at 2024. Bleacher Boys Media Podcast will be renamed to the Three True Outcomes. That's our new show
such
name.
A good name.
Hope you guys enjoy the show as always, and the content of the show will not change. Us three knuckleheads talking about baseball 24/7, and yeah, that's kind of the announcement.
The one thing you needed to get right in that announcement was the name of the podcast. The one thing.
What is it, Isaac? Can you tell them again?
Jesus.
They probably forgot.
Three True Outcomes. Three True Outcomes. And what are the three true outcomes, Ollie? For the baseball nerd side of things?
First of all,
let the people know.
First of all, I didn't actually get the chat about this particular name. They're accusing me of not being active, but you guys discussed this name in the chat, but that doesn't matter.
It was privately messaged.
Yes.
Ken's lying.
Ken is lying.
Privately
Doesn't
messaged.
matter.
Well, no, it was initially thrown out there.
It does not matter because I adore that name, and that name is perfect. Three true outcomes, one for each of us. There is, of course, the home run, Isaac. There is...
I was going to give myself the strikeout.
There is the walk, me, and there is the strikeout, Ken. And that's usually how it ends up going.
We'll strike out. That's me striking someone out, right? Not striking out?
Sure.
Hopefully.
Sure.
Thank
you.
So
this kind of brings us to our first topic, analytics. No, I'm kidding. I don't know if that's the first topic. But I was actually interesting. I was explaining to my parents I told them about the name like a little bit, and I was explaining to them how, like, the history of how the three true outcomes kind of became a thing. Do you think we've, like, are starting to move away from that? Like, because, you know, like, I don't know, like, the Joey Gallos of the world are no longer as employed as they once were. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Do you think we're moving away from that kind of thing, or?
I mean, it's such a good question, because the thing is, when it comes to those three categories, those three stats, they evolve and change at different rates. So if Isaac's dipping out of the shot because he doesn't like my answer, but what happens is if things in the game evolve so that walks, for example, decrease, that doesn't mean that concurrently home run strikeouts are going to adjust at the same rate, right? Like, for example, last year, strikeouts per 9 innings as a whole kind of decreased from 2022 because of new rules on pitching. But that didn't affect the amount of walks that were issued or the amount of home runs that were hit. Home runs actually increased, and walks stayed more or less the same. So even if changes in rules and changes in strategy and play style might affect one of the three true outcomes, doesn't mean that all three will be affected equally. So it's a tougher question than just, is this style of baseball, on the up or on the downswing?
Question for you. Do you live on Baseball Savant?
Pretty much. You can catch me at least 9 hours out of the day on Savant or Fangraphs or Baseball Reference.
I wonder if there's like a tracker like there is with your phone. You know how it says 9 hours a day spent. Savant is like, whoa, you may want to stop looking. It's been 9 hours and 33
You know what they do?
today.
Do you know how Spotify gives you Spotify Wrapped at the end of the year?
I'm an Apple Music guy, so no.
Ken knows.
But yes, I understand.
At the end of the year, Spotify gives you this Spotify Wrapped with all your favorite songs. Baseball Reference gives me a Baseball Reference Wrapped with all my favorite pages and all my favorite numbers. It's great. So personalized.
Really?
Yeah, I'm the number one. I'm like in the top 1% of Baseball Reference readers.
You didn't need to tell me that.
It should have been obvious. You're right.
Yeah.
I think,
yes, Ken.
Isaac, back to Isaac's question about the three true outcomes, because obviously we're the three true outcomes. Do you think it's valued the same way it was a couple years ago, that a player like a Joey Gallo, who's extremely strikeout prone but extremely high OPS slugging with on base percentages?
Here's the thing: that kind of player has existed. That kind of player has existed for decades. So Mike Schmidt was one of the first.
Of those players. I feel like the
the
value,
value-
of these
okay,
players
so-
skyrocketed
right.
around 2018.
Yep.
Do you think
True.
has the value of those players come down a little bit? I know they're there. They're always there.
I don't know if their value has changed that much. You could argue that at least
I
for
agree
a couple
with you.
seasons in his career, Shohei Ohtani was a 3 true outcomes guy. Like 2021 or 2022 Ohtani, tons of home runs, pretty low batting average, lots of Ks, lots of walks. I think last season he was a more consistent hitter. But I think those players are still valued quite highly depending on who they are. It all depends on, which phase of their career they're in and what the market is like, what the market for players is like. So if the market for power hitters and sluggers is weak, of course, three true outcomes guy is going to have an advantage. If the market is oriented more toward contact hitters, they're going to have less of an advantage. It's about what baseball needs at the time.
But that's the point, is that the market hasn't been oriented towards contact hitters in a while, and I actually feel like now it is. Like, I feel like since the shift ban, we're supposedly supposed to see guys like Rizzo getting that on base percentage, that average up. That's why like Luis Arias is so impressive. Like a guy like that, like I honestly I would love to see more players like him. And I know this is kind of like a traditionalist, and I'm an old soul who watches baseball through a young man's
He's a Brett
lens.
Gardner fan.
Wow,
Tells it all.
exactly. So it's really nice to see like contact guys. Like it's just so refreshing. That's not to say I don't love the Kyle Schwarbers of the world. I absolutely do. I love watching that guy. But like I also want to see a guy who like every time he gets up there, you're like, okay, he's gonna be on base. He could potentially get a base hit, or he stings line drives into the gap. Like that's for me. If a guy goes 3 for 4, that's just as fun as seeing a guy hit a home run 1 for 4 3 Ks. Like I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see that as well. I just don't know. I'm not ready to say that the game is on your side yet. I'm not ready to say that. I don't think baseball is quite entirely joined with your perspective quite yet. I think it should be. We haven't had a season where the MLB batting average was over 250 since 2015. It's been a long time. It's been like 8 years. So we've been, as a whole, these 500 hitters have batted. Well, I just meant to say that, as a whole, baseball still bats below 250. Baseball is still less than 1 for 4. So I think it might still take some time before we once again embrace a contact-happy game, a game of contact hitters.
Okay,
And
so
we're back.
Ollie's Wi-Fi just came back. Yeah, well, Ollie's Wi-Fi just came back. He just said something to me. He said it wasn't on turbo mode, his Wi-Fi router. Why would you not put it on turbo mode in the beginning? Can you please explain that to us?
Because putting it on turbo mode basically routes all the Wi-Fi directly to this computer, and the rest of the house is just kind of
Perfect.
left to the races. So every other device in the house is now searching for Wi-Fi. They're stuck. I've totally crippled every other inhabitant of this house, but this particular device has now Nitro Boost Elite diesel fuel Wi-Fi right now.
If
Is
you cut
anybody
out
else-
again, I'm calling Cap.
Is anybody else in the house doing anything more important than the 3 true outcomes? I don't know about that.
I'm not at liberty to answer that question.
Should we do an interview with Mommy Ollie? Oh, okay, never mind. I'm sorry. Move on, Ken, please.
She's a great person. Oh, by the
You
way,
know her
okay,
name.
that
You've met
reminded
her
me.
multiple times.
Can I sidetrack for a second? This is gonna make
Yeah.
This might make Ollie's dad. My mom is one of our few viewers of this podcast, and she tunes in for the first 5 minutes or so, and then she doesn't care about anything else we say, so she tunes out. First 5 minutes of last episode, Ollie started off by speaking a little Japanese. My mom she caught her attention, and she called. I was back home for the holidays, and she goes, "Ken, I saw the Bleacher Boys Media stuff. Ollie was speaking a little Japanese," and then she goes on to say, "I've never heard a foreign speaker speak Japanese with that great of an accent." That's what she said. Her words, not mine.
Okay, well, Ollie...
Get out of here right now.
That's literally what she said.
No.
She said, "I've never heard anyone other than Japanese speakers have such a great accent, and I want you to tell him that." So here we are.
You
Banzai!
speak?
Whew.
I'm a little jealous. I'm not gonna
Tabemono
lie.
wa umai.
There he
Okay,
is. He's
all right,
back at
don't
it.
excite him.
I just had dinner. Tabemono wa umai.
Very much so.
Okay. What does that mean? Can we get a translation?
Isaac,
Uh,
anato wa hansamu.
Are you saying I'm handsome?
Yes,
Yeah, oh, there you go.
Appreciate that, brother.
See, Isaac
job.
has the
Good job.
listening
I mean-
and understanding skills.
he does.
Oh,
he
he
does.
has-
he
yeah.
I
does.
have
he
the
has to
intonation, if you remember.
That
from last
makes me
episode.
feel so proud
That's what
and
she said.
so
Of your-
motivated. I am getting better, dude. Next pod we're on, I'm gonna do the whole thing in Japanese. You're gonna subtitle me.
So now you're Swedish. Were you also there's
Spanish.
another? No, you're not Spanish, are you?
No, I speak Spanish. I'm not Spanish, but I speak it.
Oh, I can tell. No, but there was another country you said you were from.
Palestine.
Oh, right. That, and then, so now you're also Japanese. You're just an incredible mix of a man.
Man of the
I
world.
mean,
International
Yeah,
man of
you're-
mystery right here.
you're like, who's Pitbull? Like, you're the international man.
Exactly.
Let's be honest.
I am.
Okay.
Dale,
Well,
dale.
All right. Ken, please take us out of this.
I have another topic I wanted to get to, but it's a little. It kind of doubles down on the analytics and the new age baseball kind of thing. So I'm gonna leave that to the side for a sec and talk
I
about
love it.
a big trade that happened while we were gone. I'm gonna talk about Chris Sale to the Braves, and I'm just gonna set the table here before Ollie eats, because I know Ollie has probably a lot to say about this as a Red Sox fan. I'm just gonna say, when I first saw it, kind of surprised me. I did not expect Chris Sale. Chris Sale was not a name we did in their fake trade video. He was not a guy that was rumored to be going somewhere, so I was surprised. And then, again, the Braves are doing this gluttonous move repeatedly this offseason where they just take a bad contract and see what they got in them. The Red Sox, on the other hand, get Vaughn Grissom, who they desperately needed a second baseman. He's 23, he can hit the ball. I love this trade for both sides. I want to hear your guys' take on it. Chris Sale did sign an extension for 2 more years. The Red Sox initially ate $17 million of the deal this year as part of the trade, and then Chris Sale has this deferred payment thing going. So the Braves initially were only owed $500,000 to Chris Sale for 2024. But with this extension, that kind of gets thrown out the water. He's owed, I think, $19 million per for the next 2 years. Ollie, he won a World Series with you guys in 2018. I know he has your heartstrings. I want to hear your thoughts. Oh boy, did I make him?
This
cry?
trade is relevant because in our fake trade episode, we went through a couple Vaughn Grissom scenarios, remember?
Mm-hmm.
We did Vaughn Grissom for Tyler Glasnow. Ken offered that trade. I rejected it. And now we've seen a real-life trade happen. Sale for Grissom. So it sounds like the Braves don't actually value Grissom quite as highly as you do. Or else the Red Sox were able to maybe talk them down, because this trade, it doesn't feel that even to me. It doesn't feel that even because Grissom is not a free agent until 2030. That's 6 seasons. So if he progresses to an everyday second baseman level, which I think most prognosticators think he will, that's potentially 7 seasons of team control for the Sox at the cost of, they're not even paying for Sale this year. So they've lost their last year of Sale and gained this much of Grissom. It doesn't seem that even to me. Obviously, the Braves are a team that can afford it because Grissom is blocked in Atlanta, so it makes sense for them. And so when you put it in the framework of Braves having a surplus of young infield talent, this is actually a great trade for the Sox because Breslow basically found his perfect trading partner, right? Because where else was he going to get a Grissom-like value for Sale? Nowhere. Nowhere else in the MLB was this trade possible. I'm still surprised by it. I still think the Braves kind of got the worst end of the deal here. But when it comes to losing Sale, let's just talk about that briefly. So, I'm a Red Sox fan. You know that Sale has only pitched, 30 starts over the past 4 seasons. But that doesn't negate what he did when he was here at first in the 17 and 18 and 19. He was second in Cy Young voting in 2017, struck out 308 batters. 2018, Sox won a World Series behind him. And people forget just how dominant he was in that time. He had that ERA of 2.11 in 2018, pitched 160 innings. He struck out 14 batters per 9 that year, which is ridiculous. He was historically dominant with the Red Sox in his first 3 seasons, but eventually that arm gave out. And the arm giving out, the status of Chris Sale's elbow, is the most important question mark in this trade. The Braves are gambling on a guy who has not pitched a full season since 2019, a guy who is now 35, who at his peak was the most dominant pitcher in the game, arguably, but now is clearly past that peak. And he's pitching in a rotation that I guess has holes, but doesn't have that many glaring holes. I mean, compared to even compared to teams like the Dodgers. We were talking about Braves versus Yankees rotation last week, which was stronger. I'm not quite convinced that this was the best trade for the Braves to make. Maybe I'm wrong in that. Do you guys think this was a great trade for the Braves?
Yeah. First off, I just want to give Ken a little credit because he made the comment. I don't know if it was the last episode about how the Braves have the ability to make moves like this. Like they took a flyer on Kelnick too. Like, listen, like we can just get these players, and no matter what people think of them, Kelnick, where it's the young struggling rookie, or it's Sale, the extremely injury prone veteran, like they can just take a flyer on any of these guys. And I think there's on the Brave side, I think there's a very good possibility Sale gets hurt because that's his track record. And I think what the Braves are banking on here is that he gets back for the postseason, and you have Sale to face guys like Freddie Freeman, Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper. Like that's the dude you want facing those big time lefties. In a championship series, right? Like that's the guy you want. So if Sale can stay healthy and not, let's say he's gonna get injured one time, right? Make sure if he's gonna get injured middle of the season, early season, be ready for the postseason because that's when this trade will pay off for the Braves. And then on the Red Sox side, I just actually this is still on the Braves, but I don't think with RC at shortstop that Grissom really had any at bats there. Like I just don't think he would have had many at bats. But in a couple years you could see like this deal being terrible for the Braves if Orlando Arcia is kind of like a fraud, which I mean he's a good ball player, but like I could totally see him like not being like good anymore in 2 years, and then the Braves are like, oh, what the fuck did we just do? We just took away a potentially generational infielder. But then for the Red Sox, yeah, I think this is a great deal. I mean, team control for 6 years, like you said, that's just crazy good. I kind of wonder what Trevor Story's deal is. Like, what's his deal with this move? I don't know why Grissom can't play shortstop. I'm not that familiar. Ali, do you know any info on that? Or Ken?
So Cora wants Story back at shortstop. Cora wants Story back at shortstop.
Okay.
That's where he's envisioned him ever since the Sox acquired him. He never liked Story at second base. And now that the Kike experiment and Christian Arroyo experiments are over, and we're still pre-Marcelo Mayer, they want to have a controllable second baseman, and they want Story to play short.
How pre Marcelo Mayer are we? Because I mean, we could see a middle infield for the Red Sox of Marcelo Mayer and Trent. Not Trent. Sorry, and Grissom, which would be that would be insane. Like that would be a great up the middle infield. That kind of scares me as a Yankee fan.
Well,
how far is Marcelo? What is he? He's 2025, 2026.
We're 2 years away from Mayer or Grissom potentially, but I also know that Ken. I don't think Ken thinks that much of that infield idea. And because I don't think Ken is as high on Mayer or Grissom as maybe even I am right now. So it's worth asking him whether he thinks that's worth it. Is that worth it? I mean, if Story, like in the post-Story era, if you're a Red Sox person, does Mayer Grissom make sense?
As a baseball fan, I think it excites you and it's interesting. If I was a Red Sox fan, that's not a route I would probably want to go down. Those two players are really extremely talented.
That's the opposite.
No, but hear me out. I think the Red Sox fans are highly competitive. They're used to having superstars all around the diamond. I don't know if they have the patience to wait for two guys who are super risky. They're super young, super risky at two premium positions in the
Yankee
infield.
fans waited for Volpe.
That's one position.
Same fan base structure.
Right, but that's one position. We had veteran superstars or stars or guys that were established in the league at other positions because we wanted to stay competitive. Like that's why Yankee fans are mad right now because we had too many spots. Left field and shortstop was too much for Yankee fans to wait on to have young players there, and to have shortstop and second base waiting and praying on two guys that are highly talented but Like, I think it'd be a more Red Sox move if they traded Marcelo Mayer for a superstar. Like, that's a Red Sox move right there.
Honestly, yes. That's more characteristic of how the Red Sox have operated in our lifetime. But two things. One, I think this is a new era of Red Sox management. I don't know what John Henry's going through at this time in his life, but I'm guessing his financial situation is not what it was 10 years ago. And so, you know, it's the paradigm is shifting in the Red Sox high decision making process. So for the first time, we might actually see a situation where they gamble for multiple seasons on two guys like Mayer and Grissom, who, like you said, are unproven. I wouldn't say they're high risk because they don't really cost anything right now. They're not. You raising your hand, Go
Right.
ahead.
No, I would also like to say, but like with that being said, I could also see a scenario in 2 years, Grissom has already established himself as a established second baseman in the league who can really hit the ball. I can see him going out there next year and having a 120 OPS plus, and being like a Gleyber Torres type offensive player by the time Marcelo Mayer comes to the league, and that makes sense. Then you wait for more Mayer because his upside is crazy.
And Trevor Story moves to where?
He'll be gone. He'll be gone. He should be gone.
He'll be gone.
He should be
So
gone.
that's another terrible signing by the Boston Red Sox again. Like, yeah, I mean, that infield. I mean, maybe you move Trevor Story to first.
Whoa.
Oh no, you got Tristan Casas there. Never mind. You literally can't do anything with him. Maybe DH him.
No, I think
He's too good of an infielder.
The greatest thing you can hope for with Story, the thing you can hope for, what I hope for, is that miraculously he'll have an amazing first half one of these seasons and get traded.
And they trade him.
I'm hoping
Dude,
for like 3 months where he goes off and
Oh,
then
God.
he's gone and we get a good reliever back. Like that's fingers crossed for
I
that.
don't have enough fingers to count the bad moves that the Boston Red Sox have made over the last 5 years.
To be
Starting
fair,
with
though,
Mookie Betts. It's incredible how many shit moves they've made. It really is.
yeah. To be fair, though, I did love the Trevor Story signing for the Red Sox when it happened. I'll be honest.
You did.
I thought
If
he
it
was
doesn't
going
work,
to
it
be
doesn't
incredible
work.
in Fenway. No,
If it doesn't work,
I
it
agree with
doesn't
you.
work. But remember, we didn't want Trevor Story. Yankee fans didn't want Trevor Story. I feel like we had a feeling coming from Colorado. No,
Little bit,
no,
yes.
We wanted
Okay.
Seager. We wanted Seager.
We wanted
Story
Seager,
was the
correct.
backup, and everyone was kind of like everyone at the time was like, Red Sox get Story, damn it, but that's a lot of money, and I don't know. Like it was kind of an I don't know situation. You know that.
Yeah, no. Can
It
I go
wasn't-
back
it
to the...
wasn't
Here's
as-
one more thing about this.
All right, let Ollie finish.
One more thing about the situation, real quick. So, the one asset that I liked about Story was his defense. He was a Gold Glove caliber player in Colorado. Grissom grades out as right now. He grades out as even below mediocre defensively. He's barely functional as a second baseman right now. Mayer grades out as a top shelf defender. But the Red Sox need a second baseman who can handle that position. They haven't had one since Pedroia. And that's maybe one of the thought processes behind keeping Story for now, or behind like the idea that went into signing him was thinking reliable defense and middle infield for a while. But if he's hurt, it doesn't matter how good he is at defense because he's not going to be on the field. So moot point.
Very true, Ollie. Very true.
I just want to go back to the... Sorry. I just want to go back to the Brave side for one last comment here, because I have an idea, and it is going to sound crazy at first, but just hear me out. So I believe Isaac kind of teed this up for me, but I believe there are two teams right now in all of baseball. Whoa.
What? What was that?
Oh,
I believe there
Happy
are two
birthday.
teams in baseball that can do what I'm about to say. Pick up a player and just say, get them healthy in the playoffs. And I think that's the Dodgers, and I think that's the Braves. And I think Chris Sale is one of these guys. Isaac kind of said this, but he's a guy that you need just healthy and ready to go in October. And even if he's not built up, Isaac said this as well, but having him face lefties like Freeman, Isaac didn't mention Ohtani, but Ohtani, Schwarber, Harper, these guys. What is it crazy to me to say that? What if Sale starts every game of a playoff series and goes 1, 2, 3, and he's done for the day? Like,
I mean,
Why not?
if he's coming back from injury and he's not built up, that's like a great idea. Like just the arm, he doesn't even have to be pumping. Just the arm angle alone, like dude, it's such a it poses such a confusing at bat for the big left-handed hitters. Like it's Chris Sale is actually special, and he used to really bother me. When he's pitched against the Yankees. We're hyping up Chris Sale. What do you? Oh,
no, it's
right,
not that. It's not that. It's
have
just
him.
that I hate that version of baseball. I hate the version of baseball where you have a guy pitch the first inning and start every game. Like, I hate that version of baseball. But what they could do is have him pitch the 7th every inning, 5 games in a row. It's not that different. Like, the stakes are higher,
Okay,
sure.
now you make him a reliever. Like,
Yeah. I mean, do that. But I just hate
Miller.
the idea of... Yeah, sure, that's great.
Yeah.
Don't have them start, though. Like, come on. Have actual starting pitchers. You
But-
can afford that. Let's play baseball.
But by starting him, you
play
can line him
baseball.
up. You can line him up 1 Schwarber, 2 Trey Turner, 3 Harper. You get two of the three lefties, and we move on to the next game.
They're never going to do this. They can't
Think
do
about
this.
this.
They're
Think
never
about
going to
that
do
up.
it. They can't do it.
Think about this though.
No, they're not going to
They
do
could
it.
they could
And they
start
shouldn't
bench
do it.
players. They
Take
could start
realism out
bench
this for a
players for
second.
that purpose. Like imagine.
It's
Yeah.
not realism.
They're
Realistically, I don't think Snicker would do it. I don't think that's his mindset.
I know, but we're talking about a fictional world where what if this is possible? I think it might be a good idea.
I wouldn't want you to manage my team, man.
All right.
Honestly.
We gotta move on.
Ohtani,
We gotta
Freeman.
move on. This is like the Central last time. Like we were just stuck in the AL Central last time, talking about the Minnesota Twins and Royce Lewis for 30 minutes.
Good point. Let's go to the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah. What do you think about the Pittsburgh Pirates, by the way? Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about them. Why not?
Are they the worst team in
Wow.
baseball? Hypothetical question: are they the worst team in baseball?
No.
Yes or no?
No,
Not even
the
close.
Oakland A's
No.
exist.
Okay. That's a fake team. Other than the Oakland A's, are they the worst team in
No,
baseball?
they're not close. They're not close to the worst team, bro. There's so many teams that are worse.
No. Pittsburgh
The Rockies
Pirates,
are way
put some-
worse.
Isaac.
Please put some respect on their name. Brian
Yeah.
Hayes, 7 WAR next year. Put it on the board.
Yeah. Dude,
Okay. You're forgetting a big one. Physically
Mitch Keller?
big one.
Cy Young, maybe.
No,
O'Neal
dude.
Cruz.
Yeah, there you go.
He's figuring it out. He's a 3 true outcome kind of guy. Should have him on
He's
the pod.
literally Ellie De La Cruz. I think they're brothers. I
the
literally
Pirates
think they're
started out
brothers.
20-9 last season, boys. 20-9. That's not a joke.
Ever since that phone came out of the
I
pocket.
wasn't
they're
joking.
just-
Isaac was joking. And Isaac's
Oh,
trolling.
Isaac was joking. Okay.
Isaac was joshing around over there,
Okay.
being a little
I was.
disrespectful. to our
O'Neal
Pittsburgh
Cruz might
listeners.
never be healthy again, though.
Why is that?
The dude played 9 games last season.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Tore his ACL or something.
Why do I not remember that?
Freak injury.
Yeah, he had a bad ACL tear. That dude he
Why do
worries
I
me.
not remember that?
But a lot of potential in that pitching, man. Oviedo, Keller, Ortiz, Contreras. Contreras is gone though, right?
Mitch Keller outlier season.
Ronesy Contreras? You're talking about Bob.
He's
Is he
not
having
that
one or
much,
did he have
yeah.
one?
I don't know.
Contreras is your boy.
I guess
Keller
he's
is
not
my boy.
All right. Should I do
Keller looks
little
like me.
trivia transitions? Where we transition to a topic
that.
through trivia? Okay. Ollie, you're going to
Let's
have
do
to
it.
sit out for the first couple rounds here and give our King Isaac here
It's okay.
first
It's
2
okay.
shots at it.
Sometimes you got to put handcuffs on Superman. I get it.
All right. So the trivia of the day is name in order the 5 in order rank the AL East teams by runs scored in 2023. And you get 1 wrong guess, Isaac, and then Ollie's going to give it a shot. You could go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just in order.
I mean, Orioles got to be first.
Wrong. So that's your 1 wrong guess. I'll give you another shot at it before Ollie takes a shot.
Orioles are not first?
No.
I mean, I really don't want to say the Yankees. Runs scored, huh? Not Tampa Bay, they're terrible. Not Blue Jays.
Let me know when you want to lock in a guess for the most
Damn,
runs scored in the AL
Yankees?
East.
Yankees?
Wrong. All right, Ollie. Can you do it? 1 through 5?
You want 1 through 5 runs scored AL East teams?
In order. Yep.
Okay. Okay. All right, here we go.
You get a couple of hints
Here it
here
is.
because Isaac got 2. Okay.
That's cute. I did get a couple hints. Good point.
You gotta get this first time.
Rays, Orioles, Jays, Red Sox, Yankees.
Ooh, one
Flip Yankees and Red
wrong.
Sox.
One wrong.
No.
Isaac,
no.
can you fix it?
No, stop. Stop. No. That's right.
Isaac, can you flip the two
Yankees
teams
are
that
third,
are wrong?
Blue Jays fourth. Oh, never mind. Hold on.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
No, that's right.
It's not, though. Don't be looking it up. Ollie. I hear
I'm
your
going
laptop
to
clicking and
say
clacking.
Red Sox and Yankees are flipped.
Wrong. Ollie, you can fix it yourself. Ollie, are you looking it up? Stop.
Dude, what? How is that not?
Say
How is that
what you
not
think.
right?
I'm not.
Is it? Oh, is it? Okay. First time. This is what I said first. First time I said Rays, Orioles, Jays, Red Sox, Yankees.
Right.
It could also be Rays, Orioles, Red Sox, Jays, Yankees.
That's right.
Well, yeah. Oh,
Only
yeah.
The Jays are four.
Rays, Orioles, Red Sox, Jays, Yankees.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Is it close?
Oh. No, that is right, because the Jays' offense had that weird slump for like 2 months. They didn't score. Yeah, that's true.
right. How bad am I lagging?
Yeah, that's true.
Terrible.
You are lagging a bit right now.
While Ken's gone, this is a great time to say thank you guys for listening. If you've made it 35 minutes and 11 seconds into the episode, we just don't say it enough, and we're just appreciative of the consistently 70 people that tune in to listen to our little banter episode. So the other thing that I was looking at is on YouTube Studio. It says 97% of you guys that consistently watch our videos are not subscribed. Like, guys, come on, help us out a little bit. I mean, we are 3 ex-college students struggling to survive. We'd appreciate the subscription. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to, but if you like, talking baseball, if you like listening to baseball, if you like baseballs in general, why don't you drop that
The
subscribe,
shape? The shape of a baseball, if you like that?
if you like the shape.
The stitching is
I don't
cool,
know.
the laces.
Yeah, no, I love the laces.
So
Ollie,
nice.
here's a trivia question for you. How many laces or how many stitches are in a baseball?
Oh my god. Oh. Stitches in a baseball.
Let's make a guess. I'm going to look it up. How many stitches in MLB
I think
baseball?
Ken knows off the top of his head.
I don't.
doesn't.
I did watch a John Boy Media video where they did this as a trivia question. I don't remember.
I'm going to say...
You want me to give you a hint?
Sure.
No. Okay.
If I remembered, the body correctly, it's around the same amount of bones in the body. If I
Okay.
remember that correctly,
I don't know anything
that's the
about...
hint.
Can I throw a
Bones
guess
in
out
your
there?
body? Yeah, sure.
126.
Okay, Ollie, what's your guess?
It's probably higher.
I'm going to say 140.
Okay, that was the complete wrong route. It's 216.
202.
216?
Oh, you couldn't. 216 in a baseball. So yeah, guys, if we have 70 people watching this and 50 of you subscribe, that'll make my day. So please do
And-
that because I have.
For our 2,000th
Isaac.
subscriber, for number 2,000, I will personally write you a song and send it to you. I will write you a thank you song and send it to you if you are a 2,000
I will
subscriber.
drive to your house. Just send your address. I'll drive to your house. I'm very good house company. I'll bring you a bottle of wine. I'll bring you some pastries. Anything you want.
Isaac, nobody wants that.
I'll come have coffee with your mom. I don't know.
There are...
We gotta move on.
Coffee
Correction.
with your
Okay,
mom.
we're back.
Correction, there are 206 bones, not 216 in a human body.
I said around.
He said around.
I didn't say the exact same amount.
He said
Okay,
around.
not a correction.
Yeah,
I'll just
thank
throw
you.
it out there. Fun fact of the day. All right.
No anatomy major, but
I'm gonna throw a big question at you guys right now,
Okay.
if that's all right. So there was an article on the Athletic. It was published in October, but it came across my table today, and I was skimming through it and I thought it was really interesting. Do you guys believe in the clutch gene and players being able to perform better in a clutch situation? Now, I'm going to preface this by saying there is a stat on Fangraphs called clutch, how much better you
Stop
perform
it with
in
the stats.
high leverage situations. And to get this right, Bryce Harper was number 1 on that list, and that makes sense in our heads as baseball fans who watch the game on a regular basis. That makes sense. But does it make complete sense? Because Carlos Santana is number 3rd, Mark Hanna 4th, Victor Reyes 6th, Isaiah Kiner left the 7th.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Doesn't make sense to me. So the clutch gene, the article was arguing that it's not real, and statistically you can't measure clutch. And then there was also another study done, and the guy was saying that in order you can measure clutch, but you would need a sample size of like 6,000 at bats to get in that high leverage situation to get it right. So I just what are you guys' thoughts on clutch?
I mean,
Well, obviously you can measure clutch. Like, people measure leverage indexes all the time for relievers and for pinch hitters. Like, leverage is absolutely real. You can measure clutch, but that doesn't mean there's, some kind of gene that makes certain players better to perform better under pressure. That's not like the conclusion from that. You can measure clutch, but it might just be chance, getting on a hot streak, reading a pitcher's tells at the right moment, or just plain luck, as opposed to having some gene where you magically, your senses get sharper and you have better awareness and better reflexes in a tense moment. I don't think you can't make that conclusion based on it.
I think baseball is 80% luck, 20% like work and skill combined, right? Like there's so much luck
80%
involved with
luck.
80%
maybe
luck.
Not 80%.
Wow.
I think there's a lot of luck involved in baseball. I really do, especially.
That sounds like a guy who strikes out a lot and hits
situations.
a lot of home runs.
Yeah, 3 true outcomes, baby. I think baseball is a lot of luck, right? So, I mean, if you happen to get lucky in lucky situations, you're a lucky person. Like, that's what it is. Like, getting up in those situations where you can be clutch, think about it. You have to be, I mean, I don't know the requirements for this thing, but I'm assuming it's like playoff games are a factor as well, right? Like certain outcomes in playoff series, right? So your team has to be in the playoff games. You have to be in a certain place in the order to get more at bats. So clutch can only be measured if you take into account some of these factors. But yeah, hell yeah, I think clutch is a real thing. Like, I mean, you look at Derek Jeter, like Derek Jeter is like probably one of the kings of clutch. And I'm sorry to get all Yankee on you. Same with like, okay, here I'll do this. David Ortiz, another king of clutch. Like, there are just big time players who, bat up in the order, who come up in big spots, and they delivered a handful of times, which put it into our mind that is a clutch player. I think that's kind of my take on it.
Yeah. There was a quote by Brett Phillips in the article that said, if all 9 players were wearing heart monitors during a game, there's definitely players in the same situation, a high leverage situation. Some guys' heart rates will be lower than others, and that's something biological that doesn't really show up on the stat sheet.
And that's Derek Jeter. I feel like that's Derek Jeter. Like, the way he talks about being up in those spots, he'd be like, well, it just like made me focus more, or like, yeah, no, I didn't. There's no difference. Like, I'm just having it at bat. Or like Aaron Judge, I feel like the same way, but maybe not as extreme. Like, he doesn't have the track record as much. And I'm sorry to talk about Yankees players, but it's just what I know best. But like, he just talks about, just another at bat. I'm just looking for this pitch. He doesn't let it affect him. And I feel like it's the same guys who deal with velocity well. It's the same thing. Like, keeping the heart rate low is just part of who you are as a ball player.
And like, we've played baseball and been in like high school clutch situations. It does feel different.
I'm not a clutch player. Like, I know that about myself. Like, the more intense the at bat, the more I know my heart beats, and the more I know I'll be a little like anxious, or like I'll try to get out in front of a ball, and then like I know that feeling, and I know I'm not a clutch player. Like,
get out of here.
I just have that feeling.
Right. And like, to put it into Ollie's world, I'm sure it's different, Ollie, playing in your basement compared to in front of 200,000 people. If you were to play.
Yes, Ollie, take me
crowd.
through the wiffle ball clutch gene.
I was thinking more guitar and singing.
He was not talking about wiffle ball.
Well,
Yeah, it is different.
Hard to come back from that one, huh?
That's
yeah, my bad. I completely hijacked the conversation and just ruined it. I'm sorry.
No, totally fine. I think
What do you
certainly
think?
The biggest thing is like reflexes and like how quick your natural baseball instincts can snap into action. Like that's the biggest test, right? That's what it is in the end, is how quickly those things you've trained for so long, those quick muscle memories, how quickly they snap into action, how quickly your wrists snap when they see the break of the curve, like how fast that happens. And maybe there's a case to be made that for some guys in clutch moments, that snap happens much faster. It happens much more readily than for other guys.
You know, they say that the stupid ball player is much better than a smart ball player, right? And that's because they can't think about what's going on. And that's why I'm so bad at baseball.
Are
No,
you
I'm
calling
kidding.
yourself?
But no, I'm kidding. But like, I just feel like a really dumb ball player, and we know the type. They don't really have the long thought process standing in the box. Like they're just thinking about see ball, hit
okay.
ball. You know, they're not like thinking about like an in-depth about like they're reactive hitters. Like, you know what I mean? And I think that's a difference, is reactive hitters versus like oh my
I don't know
God,
if it.
I'm forgetting the term.
I don't know if it correlates as smart and dumb. It might be more of like a
Yeah, that's kind of a pejorative, man. I think
someone
like-
who's more in the moment versus someone who's
No one knows that
overthinks.
word, Ollie.
Smart and stupid is a little.
you're just talking about a guy who plans versus a guy who improvises. Really.
right. Yeah. Like,
Yeah, I
there-
guess
there
I
are
went down
other
the wrong
vibratos
path.
You can wrap around stupid and.
God, you know, I gotta say the three true outcomes, like language and diction, is just off the charts over the last couple episodes, guys. Like I think everyone should just have a thesaurus open so that whenever we can think of something cooler to say, we can just have it right on deck, And I want to thank Ollie personally for bringing that type of language to the pod, and that's why we have you on. This is what you're here for.
Yes, I mean our ability to rhapsodize collectively on these polemical
Rapsodo?
on these polemical concerns is indispensable,
Okay.
and it is an idiosyncratic
Okay.
aspect of this
Okay.
podcast. True,
Ooh, that's your favorite word. That's a good one. Huh?
idiosyncratic is one of the best.
Can you? Oh, wait, actually, yeah.
Can
Can
we
you?
get
Can you spell that
Julie
or
on?
use it in a sentence?
I'm sorry.
We
Ken?
already had his mom. We had his mom. May as well get all the moms.
Yeah, let's get them all. Where's Miss Springer right now? Where are the two English teachers in the room?
We could do an IRL head-to-head Ollie versus Isaac's mom English vocabulary quiz or something. I don't know.
I think people
Say a
would
more
pay
impressive
money.
word.
Yeah.
I think my dad is more of the diction. I mean, my
True.
mom, yeah, obviously.
I think
good
Martin
too, but
and
my
I
dad
could really
has
go
I
the
think
head
your
to head
words.
dad-
on this one.
Then I don't know. We
Just
could give
two-
both.
Just two gunslingers of the
Just
English
two-
language,
Oh, so much testosterone, just masculine icons is really what it is.
just oozing out of your
Just-
face.
Oh, so much just raw masculine.
Okay.
Dynamism.
All right. So like I said when Ken was AFK, yeah, guys, subscribe if you wanna. Ken was letting me know about 97% of y'all that watch the video
right.
are not subscribed.
Messed up.
I mean, guys, it's
I'll
okay.
play it.
Like
It is a little
if you
messed
wanna
up,
like the
but
video,
I'm sorry.
Oh,
What's even more messed up is I think I just saw Ken reach out to his right, pick up a mason jar full of maple syrup, and take a massive swig, and I don't think I can ever unsee that. What just went into your mouth? That was horrendous. He reached out,
Isaac,
picked
can you
up
explain to him? I've
a
been
mason
drinking this
jar
for a
about
while.
twice
Yeah,
the size of his own head.
Stop. Shh. Ollie. He drinks that every single episode. This is the first time you've noticed
That was
this.
the first time.
It was so.
Ollie, he literally. I'm assuming it's just like Ken. It's just iced tea powder that you put in water with ice cubes.
No. I actually brew my own iced tea. Put it in the fridge for overnight.
This guy.
It's
what do you
unsweetened
brew?
Iced tea.
I mean,
Loose
Ollie. He
leaf?
literally.
All right, okay.
That's how you make loose leaf.
Yeah, you
I
put
think
a
maybe
little
you've done it
sack
before, but you
ball.
haven't had it. You haven't had it in a mason jar that.
Yes, he has
Immense
every
power.
time.
Isaac reacted the same way you are reacting right now a couple weeks ago. We've been
Dude. He literally does it. I think it's because your video is always so goddamn blurry because your Wi-Fi is so bad because your router's not in turbo mode that every time you fail to notice his massive mason jar with maple syrup.
I think usually
Anyway,
he ducks out of frame for the sip. That's why.
Guys, I just want to say, usually we cut off the episode by this point. Like, this is usually the end of the episode.
No, I think this
Do we
is
have
what
any-
the three true outcomes brings out. You know, this
Right.
is
Yeah.
Let's
Let's
Yeah,
finish with a
yeah.
bit of baseball. Let's play a quick game of 20 questions before we finish, okay? I have a
20?
player.
Can we play like 5 questions?
Fine, 5 questions. I have a player. You guys have to guess him. I'll give
Okay.
you a couple hints.
5 questions each.
5
Oh,
questions each.
by the
sure.
way, before we start this,
Yes.
we forgot to do the game we were supposed to play last time, where Isaac guesses if a Major League Baseball player is real or not or something.
no, that's not fair. That's not fair.
That's not a game.
That's not fair.
I was
Made that
looking
up.
forward to that actually, but
That's going to be its own channel. That's going to be its own channel, Ken.
So
because he
unfair.
didn't know.
Dude, my
Encarnacion
baseball
Strand.
knowledge compared to like a normal American citizen is like so high, and I
Who are
get
you-
treated like
Why
I get
is that-
treated like I'm literally
not
like
disputing that.
That shouldn't be your.
That's not your standard, man. That's not your standard.
No, I get it. I'm like the dumb baseball guy. You guys are the baseball nerds. I understand the dynamic. I'm just saying, like, damn. Like, can Isaac name a baseball player? Like, come on, guys. Like,
Ken,
it's actually so fucked up,
Raleigh Fingers, real player or no?
Isaac.
dude.
Raleigh
Yes,
Fingers.
He mustache guy.
That's true. He is
Under
a mustache
sinker.
guy.
He threw 88 miles an hour. Bet you didn't know that, Ollie.
I don't think he did, but
This
sure.
should actually be its own channel. Holy fuck.
Did Raleigh
Don't-
Fingers?
No, Ollie.
throw
Let's
a
get back to
sinker?
Ollie's 5 questions.
All right.
No,
Back
no,
to
no,
20.
no, hang on.
Back to the game.
Back to the game. Back to the game.
Did Raleigh Fingers throw a sinker? Ollie, you owe me $5 if you threw a sinker.
I knew he threw a
Did throw
sinker.
a
I don't think it was
sinker.
88. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
There's
Not
a fork
important.
ball too. Can we go
Okay,
back to
whatever.
Ollie's-
Not important. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm thinking of a player. I'm going to give you a couple hints. One, he did play for the Yankees. And
That's not how
two,
that's not how 20 questions works. You don't give us hints. We
no,
just
because you're not
guess.
taking 20. You're only getting 5 each. That's why I'm giving you hints.
So he's
Oh,
just giving it to
okay.
us.
Played for the Yankees at some point and appeared in the postseason. Those are the 2 hints. Now go
Okay.
ahead.
All right. Wait. Me and Ken just
Question.
get 10 combined. Let's not do 5 each. That's
Sure.
dumb. Okay. Was this player a starter? Question
Yes.
number 1.
Can I ask a question?
Yep.
Please.
Did this guy play before 2009?
Yes.
2. Did this player play after 1985?
Yes.
Okay. Now we have a good range. 3 questions.
Is he an outfielder?
No.
It's 3 questions.
Is he a pitcher?
Yes.
Oh.
Wait, what happened to the
Okay.
starter question? Did he say no to starter?
I said yes to starter.
Yes to starter, so we knew. What the
Yes,
fuck? We
starter.
just wasted 2 questions.
No, starter as in like bench player or starter.
Oh, okay.
Wait, Ollie, I meant like bench player or starter. Did you assume I meant pitcher?
Well, you can take it as you want to.
Okay, anyway.
Okay, so he's definitely a starting pitcher then.
Did he retire? Is he retired?
He is
10.
currently retired, yes.
Before 2009? What? There's no players.
There's
Pitcher
players
for the
who play-
Yankees? Ken, pitcher for the Yankees who's still playing. David Robertson?
Charlie Morton? He never played for the Yankees, did he?
No, what are you talking about?
David Robertson's a great one, by the way. Good one.
Okay. Is this player David Wells?
No.
Whoa! I never gave approval to that question. What the hell was that?
Sorry.
Has he ever? Actually, Ali would have known.
This is number 7
Lefty or
now.
righty?
You guys only have
Lefty,
4 left.
lefty.
Be careful. Careful.
Lefty. Is he a lefty?
Yes. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, not a lefty. Righty. Righty.
That's a big difference.
That is a
Righty.
big difference.
Righty.
David Cohn?
2 more questions.
3 more. 3 more.
What? Played in the playoffs, and he said he's a Yankee. He played for the Yankees.
1985 to 2009 is the range.
That's way too big.
Shit. I'm assuming it's 90s. It's got to be a 90s player.
Right-handed starter.
It's a right-handed starter from that
Now,
range.
did he play for the Yankees for over 5 years?
No.
like a 1 year? I have no fucking clue. 1 year, dude. I was gonna say the Dominican fellow. I can't remember his name. El Duque.
Duque?
I was gonna say El Duque, but it's not. It can't be now.
2 more.
Is this okay?
It could
Should
be.
I ask, like, is this a player we actually know, or is this like some like
It could be
random
like an
ass?
Ivan Nova.
He
Like that
he
was-
appeared during a very important and historic postseason for me.
2009. For
For
you?
you.
Oh, so
03.
Red Sox 2003.
04. 03, 04?
Ooh, I like that second one.
04 Yankee starting pitcher who pitched for 1 year. Dude, I'm out.
Not for 1 year.
He
Not
said
for 1
less
year.
than a year. He
Less
said
than
less
5
than
years.
5.
That could be a pretty...
Mussina, how many years did Mussina pitch?
more than 5. The Yankees?
Are you sure? Did he?
It might be right, like 5 or 6.
It could be like 4. It could be like
No,
4
no,
exactly.
it's more than 5. It's more than 5. It's more than 5. He had like a 20. He had like a 22-year career, and he played for the Orioles and the Yankees.
I know. Okay, yeah. It's probably like 5 or 6 Yankees.
No, it's probably like 12.
Damn, I'm less than 5 years is fucking me up. Can I look it up?
Can I
No.
ask another question?
Yes, you have 2 more questions.
You
Is
only
he-
have 2 more questions for a long time.
Is he white?
No.
Black American
Ollie.
righty.
Sidebar.
I didn't say that.
Wait, not American.
He's a Hispanic guy.
guy,
Sidebar, Ollie.
right.
Is this a player we know, or is this like just a random ass? Like this
You should
doesn't count as a
definitely know
question.
this guy. You should definitely know this guy if you're a Yankees fan and we're following them in this time and kind of are aware of.
In
this time.
2004, when I was 4 years old, do you think I remember the
I
players?
can name every
What
pitcher on the
about-
Sox from 2000 to 2010. So you
Is
should.
it like a
Well, that's
Levon
not because you
Hernandez
were-
type?
He is somewhat
Type,
in that
type.
realm. Yes.
Think.
I'm Ken. I'm sorry. I'm out, bud. I have
No,
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 clue.
no. I need your help.
He pitched for a
Yeah.
long
Dude,
while.
I don't. You said under 5 years. That's not a while.
No.
Can
In
you
the
give us
MLB.
another team he's played for?
White Sox. That's not helpful.
What the fuck? Can you give us the year he retired?
2011.
Yeah,
Okay, so we were watching baseball then. When was his last good
yeah,
year?
but
His last good year was 2011. He was good that year.
Okay. And Isaac, we
It's
know
good.
this name like very well. Definitely. If he played for the
No,
Yankees and
we
retired in
don't.
11.
I don't. You play with Jeter.
Oh, is he over like 240 pounds?
Let me check on
It's
that
not
one.
Ivan Nova.
No, he's
No.
actually on the slimmer side.
He's on the slimmer side?
Well, not slimmer side. He's in the middle, like good, healthy weight.
Righty, right? Damn. Can you give me his pitch mix from your memory? Like what you remember from
Okay,
this guy?
Ken, this is so over. They were playing 20, I guess.
He was a strikeout, high fastball pitcher mainly.
High fastball strikeouts?
And he was a starter. I have no clue.
We're going to need more hints. Like initially.
Mainly through a fastball and a.
Oh, number.
and
Give me his number if you know his number.
you love your numbers. With the Yankees, he
I know
wore
my
33 and 31.
Nick Swisher.
No.
Oh, that's a good one. 33.
Well,
31.
while he gave 33 to Nick Swisher in 2011.
He didn't play for the Yankees that long. 04?
Yeah, 04 he was on the Yankees, or
So, yeah, he
2011
must
he
have
retired.
He had 2 stints on the Yankees. That's a huge hint. You have to get him now.
Are we talking Vasquez?
Yes! Yes! I took you like 25
Who?
questions, but he got it.
Oh my god.
No, do the run back the count on that. That's probably like
Because
15.
Dude,
I gave
he
you
came
everything.
back in like 2010 to the Yankees.
Yeah, he did.
That's how I remember him. I don't remember him from 04.
I always
you
think
were
about
4
it
years
because
old.
he had like
No,
the
but I know
second
players.
most. Dude, he had like the second most strikeouts of any pitcher in the 2000s, which is crazy.
He was a good pitcher.
Yeah, he was.
I
for a
got
while.
excited for the 2011. That was like a Corey
All
Kluber
right.
signing for us.
All right, gentlemen. I think that about wraps it up. This was kind of a humble jumbo episode, but we're just talking baseball, having a good time. And, like I said, if you guys enjoy the content, leave a like, hit the subscribe button if you feel like it. Marketing says that makes more of you guys subscribe, so fuck it. Subscribe. Any
for
final
listening.
thoughts, gentlemen? Any final thoughts before we say thank you for listening?
That was the first episode of the 3 True Outcomes.
There we go.
And then
And of 2024.
Ollie. Yep. Oh, Happy New Year, by the way. Did I say that in the beginning?
You
Ken,
did.
did you say that?
I
Okay, Happy
did.
New Year. Happy New Year. We out. It took Ollie like 30 seconds to get the memo.
Are we doing that now? Whoop, whoop. No. I was confused. It's such a clean move right there.